Banks are throwing massive sign-up bonuses at us this year, trying to get us hooked on premium travel cards with giant annual fees. But if you aren't careful, chasing those points easily burns a hole right through your wallet. You swipe for the points, pay the heavy annual fee, and suddenly realize your everyday spending hasn't gone up to earn rewards. Your budget has just expanded to justify having the card. That leaves us with a tough choice to make right now. Do you navigate the complex, high-maintenance ecosystem of travel points, or do you stick to the strict, predictable math of cold, hard cashback? Picking the right strategy means the card works for your lifestyle. Picking the wrong one means you end up working a stressful part-time job just to break even on your credit card. On one side, you have the coupon clipper. This is the cardholder who obsesses over spreadsheets, tracking $10 dining credits and monthly Uber cash just to justify paying an $800 annual fee. On the other side is the set-it-and-forget-it spender. They refuse to pay annual fees or track categories, but because of that, they leave thousands of dollars in free flights and hotel stays completely untouched. Looking at this decision tree, the split comes down to a single question. Do you actually travel more than twice a year? If not, the path goes straight to cashback for simplicity. If you do, you enter the high-maintenance premium travel path. But here's the reality. The rules of the points game have shifted drastically this year. Annual fees are up, lounge rules are strict, and finding a comfortable middle ground is harder than ever. Get this choice wrong, and you're either bleeding hundreds of dollars in unrecouped fees or leaving lucrative luxury flights on the table. Let's audit the ultra-premium travel cards, starting with the heavy hitter, the American Express Platinum and its massive $895 annual fee. To offset that cost, Amex requires you to jump through a ridiculous number of hoops. You have to remember to use your monthly Uber cash, your Dunkin' credits, and specific Resy restaurant bookings. Mapping annual fee costs against realistic reward value, the Platinum card plots high on both axes, assuming you do all that work. But miss just 1 or 2 monthly credits, and your dot plummets straight down into a red, negative ROI zone. On top of the high fees, 2026 brought severe lounge restrictions. Cards like the Capital One Venture X recently stripped away complimentary guest access, meaning you now pay extra just to bring your family inside. Perks that used to be standard guarantees are now locked behind higher spending thresholds, with the velvet rope snapping shut on average travelers. These cards aren't passive perks anymore. They are expensive, high-maintenance subscriptions that demand your constant attention. If you want to avoid all of that stress, the alternative is the absolute simplicity of a zero-fee cashback card. Take the Chase Freedom Unlimited as our baseline. You pay no annual fee and get a guaranteed 1.5% to 3% return on your daily spending. This is the power of flat value. Cashback means no blackout dates to dodge, no complex transfer partners to memorize, and 0 travel portal rules. Competitors offer similar peace of mind. The Citi Double Cash gives you a flat 2%, and the Wells Fargo Autograph delivers a straightforward 3% on common categories like dining and transit. The trade-off for all this simplicity is a hard ceiling. Because the value of $1 never changes, your maximum mathematical upside is strictly capped. This bar chart compares a flat $500 cashback return directly against 50,000 travel points. The cash stays exactly at 500, but those points can fluctuate and scale to cover flights worth 3 or 4 times that amount. Cashback guarantees budget control and total peace of mind, but it strictly locks you out of the outsized luxury experiences that points can buy. So let's look at the direct mathematical head-to-head battle between these two ecosystems, based entirely on effort versus reward. To find the real value of a premium card, we calculate its net bonus. We take the advertised sign-up bonus value and subtract the first-year annual fee. Then we contrast that net bonus with the pure, unpenalized cashback you would earn over the exact same spending period on a zero-fee card. When you factor in inflation and the frequent point devaluations we've seen throughout 2026, holding cash is actually the safer, more reliable financial play. There is only one specific mechanism where travel points mathematically obliterate cash returns, and that is through airline and hotel transfer partners. By moving your rewards to a specific airline program, you are upgrading standard points into massive luxury value, securing international business or first-class seats for a fraction of the retail cost. But the math is clear. Unless you are willing to spend time learning that complex transfer partner game, you are strictly better off holding cash. There is a third path that bridges the gap between these two extreme ecosystems, the mid-tier travel card. The Chase Sapphire Preferred sits as the definitive winner in this category, anchored by a highly approachable $95 annual fee. For that fee, you still get access to large sign-up bonuses, like 75,000 points, and direct access to those crucial airline transfer partners. You do forfeit premium perks, like airport lounge access, but you also completely escape the coupon clipping anxiety that comes with an $800 card. Look at this T-chart. On the left, the Amex Platinum demands high effort and high fees for its rewards. On the right, the Sapphire Preferred offers a much lower barrier to entry, demanding low effort and low fees, while still delivering massive travel value. The mid-tier card solves the 2026 dilemma by giving you travel upside without turning your reward strategy into a stressful part-time job. The overarching rule for 2026 comes down to this. If you demand zero stress and absolute simplicity, pick a zero-fee cashback card like the Freedom Unlimited and move on. For travelers, mid-tier options like the Chase Sapphire Preferred provide a high-value compromise between expensive fees and high return points. It's time to lock in a strategy that works for your actual spending habits, rather than blindly chasing the flashiest marketing gimmicks. Real optimization happens when the card's specific reward categories and fee structure match your verified budget. By finding that strategic sweet spot, you can travel for a fraction of the retail cost without ever letting your wallet go up in flames.